We've got Sandy Duncan with us, phylum and editor at Farmer's Almanac. That's the orange one for the year 2026, but we're talking winter 2025. Good morning, Sandy.
Good morning.
Where are these books available? Are they still in all farm stores and everywhere else where magazines are sold?
Yes, you should be at your grocery stores, your bookstores, also online at farmersalmanac.com.
Okay. So if you are 80% accurate, then I would believe you more than the guy on TV or radio. I'm just saying.
Well, we do our best. We never say we could take the place of your local meteorologist, but people that follow our forecast, especially our long-range forecast from the Farmer's Almanac, say we're about 80 to 85% accurate. I do think they give us a little more leeway than some of your local meteorologists, but, we do our best to help people plan ahead.
Yeah, because people have lots of plans. They have weddings, they have gardens,
That's
they have
right.
Every little thing. They want to know what grows in their area. It's all in there. They have recipes, they have everything. But I hate winter, Sandy. I hate it so bad, and I know it's a bad thing to hate, but I really feel hatred for being cold. I hate it. We're going to be 100 degrees this weekend, so it's hard to imagine what cold is at this point, but it's coming, isn't it?
It is. It officially starts on December 21st, but looking at the Farmer's Almanac, it says that it may start a little sooner than that. We do say that fall is going to stay pretty warm, but it's going to have a cold finish in your area. We're calling kind of for a chill, snow, and repeat winter on tap, which means it's going to cool down. It's going to, maybe in your neck of the woods, a little bit more wetness than whiteness, but and then it's going to repeat. And unfortunately, it probably won't be the kind of winter you like.
Well, I'm okay as long as there's not a lot of snow and my car starts.
Oh.
That's all I care about. See, because I'm originally from North Dakota, and I was the TV weather girl. And the last year I was on the air, we had 180 inches of snow for that season.
Wow.
Yeah, filled the underpasses and everything. I don't want to do that ever again. ever. So 1 to 2 inches, I could deal with that. That's a quick fix. But
yeah.
We're not going to get a lot of snow. We're always right on that line, Sandy. We're right on that Midwest Southern line where it's kind of a coin toss.
Right. Yeah, and it all depends which way the wind blows, right, sometimes.
Right.
But, on average, according to the long-range forecast from the Farmer's Almanac, we are seeing a wet winter, kind of a cold and wet winter, and it's going to kind of recycle all through January and February. That's where we came up with the chill, snow, repeat. It looks like it's probably going to be a little more wet than white over there. But, you should prepare accordingly. Get those boots out.
Okay. Well, we'll get the boots and the shovels as long as we don't have a massive amount. Now, how do you go about forecasting that? What are you looking at?
Sure. So the Farmer's Almanac based its long-range weather forecast on a formula that actually dates back to 1818. There was original rules that came up with looked at things like sunspot activity, tidal action of the moon, position of the planets. We fine-tuned some of these rules over the years, trying to take into consideration some of the fluctuations in the environment. Pretty much it's a mathematical and astronomical formula.
Well, you're doing something right because you're getting close. So the cold fronts are going to be all over the nation. So we're not the Lone Ranger here when it comes cold this winter, are we?
Absolutely not. No, north of you, the Northern Plains, Great Lakes, and northern New England, we're really seeing some cold conditions for this winter. It looks like the southeast will be not so bad, as well as the southwest. So if you have to book a trip, go on over to Florida maybe in February or something.
Yeah. I'll stay here. I'll deal with this.
Okay.
I don't like to go. I don't like to go where there's sand. All right. So the Northeast and the Northern Plains, it's just winter. That's all it is to them. It snows every year. But I got to tell you, North Dakota's a special kind of cold, and they get a lot of snow, but it's not lake effect. It's not that heavy crap that's so hard to move that it encumbers traffic when they have, large populations. So they're really going to get it, aren't they?
Yeah, we're looking for some very cold and snowy conditions, especially in the Great Lakes, Chicago area, as well as Boston and Portland, Maine and stuff. So, but again, it's going to be kind of one of these that's going to snow, then it's going to be quiet, and then it's going to chill down and then snow again. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good, pretty hard winter on tap for sure.
So get on your roller coaster. All right, so we have to prepare ourselves, and the best thing we can do is just get ready for winter. It's that simple. It's that simple. All right.
And get a copy of the Almanac so you know what's coming.
Yeah, and I love that there's a hole in it so you can still hang it, from the little round thing.
Yes.
But you have fishing and planting, natural remedies. When you're getting it, it's not just weather. It's everything.
That's right. Yeah, we have a little bit of everything. We have, like you mentioned, recipes. We have some folklore. We have gardening by the moon tips, and we also have some astronomy in there. In fact, we have this year in the 2026 Farmers Almanac, we have 11 must-see astronomy events in 2026 with some dates and some information about when you can see some interesting things in the night sky.
That's fun for me. You know what I love the most is like we just had, was it the Perseids? The meteor shower? I love stuff like that, but it's always in the overnight hours right before I have to get up for work.
It is true. Sometimes, if you get up early, sometimes it's in the morning hours, but depending on what time you get up.
Yeah. So, and all of that is in there, so you can decide, take the day off if you really want to see it.
Exactly.
Right. So, who gets together and sits at the table and decides what's going to be in this book, or do you just kind of go off a template that you use year after year?
Well, it's kind of a little bit of both. We do hear a lot from our readers and our social media followers as well as our website viewers, and it's just. The Farmers Almanac is a publication, as you mentioned, that offers first and foremost the weather forecast, and then we have gardening and fishing and best days to do a variety of different things. But we're also kind of a guide to good living, and we want to kind of give you guys a reminder of how to reconnect or connect with nature, and also, as well as give you some trivia and interesting facts so that you could be one of the most interesting people in the room.
Yeah, and you would be, because you remember all of these things. You've worked there forever.
I have, and I wish I could remember everything. Usually it comes up with, I know the answer to that, but I can't remember the exact details. But
yeah. Well, I have a brown thumb. I can't plant a garden, but I have a friend of mine in Minnesota who lives and dies by the Almanac when she plants her stuff. She says, I got to check the Almanac for when I need to put my beets and my blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, if I could, I can't even grow a radish. But her garden is beautiful, so you guys must be doing something right. But this winter, everybody, this winter, everybody get ready for wet, then cold, then kind of snowy, then wet, then cold, then back and forth. So, but not a huge amount of snow. That's all I need to know.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Her name is Sandy Duncan. She's the phylum and editor at the Farmer's Almanac Winter 2025. You can find out so much in this almanac. So make sure you pick one up. And once again, you can get them where?
You can get them at your local feed stores, your grocery stores, bookstores, or farmersalmanac.com.
And if you want to freak yourself out really bad, go to the part of it where it talks about superstitions in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Super fun. That one freaked me out. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.